Hi, I'm Melissa Woolery, and I teach 3rd grade at Northview Elementary. One of our main science units in 3rd grade is the water cycle and water conservation. I've created a water cycle unit that's based on the TPAC philosophy. My main goal is to create lessons and activities and then choose pieces of technology that fit seamlessly into the unit to enhance students' learning. The first link on my wiki is the Technology Code of Conduct. This is just so my kids know exactly what's expected of them in terms of technology, how to be safe, and how to use it correctly. The next link is the water cycle learning targets. All of the activities and lessons were based off of these learning targets. By the end of this entire unit, I want my students to be able to identify the 3 stages of the water cycle, describe the 3 stages of the water cycle, argue the importance of water conservation, and create a model of the water cycle. So then I based all of my lessons off of those learning targets. So to start, the students would do an introductory lesson. This is similar to a schema chart, but I'm having them do it through VoiceThread. They're going to watch a short introductory video about the water cycle, and they can use the classroom iPad or classroom laptops. Then they'll be able to add comments using audio. They can do a video of themselves adding comments or just type it in using text. And then they'll add things that they already know about the water cycle or things they want to know. And at the bottom right here, it gives the TPAC connection, why I chose to use VoiceThread and use the classroom laptops. And then if we go back to the home page, the next is the team projects. I've created 3 team projects for students to complete. All students will be divided into teams, and each team is in charge of one of the learning targets. Then they'll create some sort of presentation to present to the class. So by the end of the entire unit, all students will have accomplished the 3 learning targets. The first team is in charge of identifying the stages. They're going to watch video and video clips about the water cycle. Then they'll create a presentation page using the MimioTeach software. That's our interactive whiteboard. The first page will just illustrate the different stages of the water cycle. The second page is going to be a labeling activity. They'll have students come up and drag and drop the labels to the correct location of the water cycle. And all students will have the opportunity to do that throughout the unit. The next team was in charge of describing the water cycle. They will, again, like the first team, they're going to watch some video and video clips about the water cycle. Then they'll write a play that illustrates the water cycle. The characters of their play will be condensation, precipitation, and evaporation. The play has to fully describe the different stages of the water cycle using the different characters, and that play will then be given to the class. The last team was in charge of arguing the importance of conserving water. This team's going to research water conservation and why it's so important using the Olathe Public Works Department website and different Water Conservation Foundation websites. They can also use the internet resources we have at our school like World Book Online or EBSCO to find information. They're then going to create a PowerPoint that's going to include video clips, sound bites, and images that they've created based on their research. They'll then present this to the class. So by the end, students will have accomplished those learning targets by seeing their other classmates present. At the bottom, I've described my TPAC connections. It describes why I used the different software I used, or if I ended up not using software, why I didn't use technology. After students have completed the team project, they'll have one final lesson to complete. This will be a comprehensive project to see that they understand the water cycle completely. They're going to create a 3D model of the water cycle. They'll be able to use cotton balls, construction paper, plastic water bottles, whatever they need to show the 3 stages of the water cycle. And I've given them an example project right here so that they can see exactly what they're supposed to do. And then the final page on my wiki is additional resources. These are just resources students can check out throughout the unit for further understanding of the water cycle. My goal is for the students to go on a field trip to the Olathe Public Works Department so that they can explore kind of water conservation and what that looks like in a real life setting. If we aren't able to do this, I'm hoping that we can at least Skype with maybe an employee there so that the students can really see what it looks like in the real world. Thanks for listening.